Hello to all you amazing and beautiful sports fans out there. It's the coach here, Coach Ed Gladney, and welcome to Coach Ed's Amazing World of Sports. Now, today we're going to be talking about my favorite NFL team, the New York Football Giants. And today I'm going to talk about an article that I saw that I was reading earlier. It's going to be on the Touchdown Wire from USA Today, and it's talking about the top 13 safeties in the NFL. Now, being that this is about the Giants, one of our safeties did make the list, and that safety is Xavier McKinney. Now, I'm kind of surprised where he's ranked on this listing. I do think he is one of the top safeties in the league or up and coming safeties in the league. But I'm kind of surprised at where he's ranked because of, dare I say, some of the people that he's over. Now, in this ranking, McKinney is actually ranked number 6 in the NFL. Now, those safeties who are actually over him are Jordan Poyer of the Bills, Justin Simmons of the Broncos, Devin McCourty of the Patriots, Jimmy Ward of the 49ers, and Antoine Winfield Jr. of the Buccaneers. They go 1 through 5 there. And of course, as I said, McKinney comes in at 6. Now, some of the ones that he's over, Kevin Byard of the Titans is at 7. Marcus Williams of the Ravens is at 8. Quadri Diggs of the Seahawks is at 9. Tyrann Mathieu of the Saints, formerly of the Chiefs, is at 10. Minkah Fitzpatrick is of the Steelers is at 11. Micah Hyde of the Bills is at 12, and Derwin James from the Chargers is at 13. Now, that's kind of why it surprised me because, there are some really good safeties there. And, for McKinney to be ranked number 6 definitely tells me that, number one, he's well respected across the league. Number 2, that within 2 years to end up at number 6, he definitely is working his way up the rankings if he continues to work hard and hone his game. It's really interesting, with the write-up of what they said about McKinney. Now I'm going to go ahead and bring that on and share my screen so we can all take a look at this together. In the article, it says Dave Gettleman's tenure as the Giants general manager from 2018 to 2021 was relentlessly pilloried, and justifiably so. But selecting McKinney in the second round of the 2020 draft out of Alabama, we got to give Gettleman at least his assist there. And that is true. Because part of it is, yes, McKinney dropped to us. We all thought he was going to go in the first round, but Gettleman was smart enough to, go ahead and use a pick in the second round to get him. Now, because in his second season, McKinney became an outstanding deep third safety in both single high and 2 deep looks, as well as a top tier route jumper. Now, the stats basically told the story in 2021, where McKinney gave up 35 catches on 47 targets for 376 yards, 3 touchdowns, 5 interceptions, and an opponent passer rating of 79.2. Now we're going to go ahead and take a look at this video here where it says against the Raiders in Week 9, McKinney came down to the linebacker depth in a switch and fooled Derek Carr on a quick out to Hunter Renfrow, taking the prize to the house. Now, I remember that game very well, and he did play very well in that game. Now, as we can see here, the Raiders are in a standard 2-by-2 on the right hash. They have the tight end and I don't know if that's a flex tight end or if that's just a flanker there. They have Renfrow, who's actually on the line in the slot. And then we have an outside receiver with the running back to the quarterback's right side. So, they basically have a tight formation to the defense's left and then, numbers in strength to the defense's right. Now, we're going to see that you have Bradbury, Logan Ryan, Julian Julian Love, can't tell who that is, Adoree Jackson, and here is McKinney. And then we're going to also see basically close in line, we have 6 guys. So it's definitely messing up with the blocking scheme of who the defensive line and maybe the back is going to pick up. So let's go ahead and run the play from here. And as we see, slot corner is actually coming on the blitz. We have our linebacker going to be dropping. We have Adoree Jackson getting depth, Bradbury getting depth. And we also have Logan Ryan, who rotated, and now he's getting depth. And as you can see, McKinney is rolling down, spying and eyeing on Renfro. Now, as you can see, quarterback look is actually seeing that because he sees the nickel back coming. Back is going to slide there to pick him up. So ideally, he knows that he's running a quick out. That's who he should be getting the ball to, actually, which is actually the right read. Execution was poor. Now, as you see, McKinney comes flying down and actually gets into position very well and took advantage of the situation. And as you see, let's run it back a little bit. Okay, now Renfro's breaking down. Mechanics say he's late on his pass because if you're anticipating that ball should be coming out a little bit quicker if he sees McKinney here. And his execution was poor. He was late getting the ball out, which allowed McKinney the opportunity to make a play on the ball, and he takes it right to the house for the touchdown. Now that was a great play, and that showed his range, his versatility, and how quickly he did. He made a play, and that nickel slot was actually Darnay Holmes. Okay, but as you see how the defense is aligned. We have a heavy defensive line presence to the offensive line's left, with a wide 9 on both sides. Linebackers in the gaps giving a look. So this way, it's the offensive line has to identify who they're gonna block. Ideally, you're blocking inside out, so guard has to identify him, and then either the tight end is going to chip and go, or the offensive tackle is sliding. And as you see, perfect execution, good pressure. The pressure is what definitely helped in the play. So as we see, slide, 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 coming off the wing. He's going to come out. He sees the pressure. He knows and plus when you see this linebacker open and dropping, you already know that you already have 2 guys on this side, no matter what. So you have the protection. It's more so on this side. Raiders did a good job of picking everything up. He had time. He was just late in getting that ball out. And there we go. McKinney makes the play to the house. So that spoke very highly of his rolling down out of the deep coverage. Now on the next one, it says on this deep out from Washington's Taylor Hanke to the recently paid Terry McLaurin in Week 18. McKinney did what he did so well last season, over and over. Started in the middle of the field, closed quickly, and nailed the timing of his arrival with an interception. So now we're going to go ahead and take a look at this. First quarter, 3rd and 6. As we see, defense is getting lined up, offense 2 by 2. Similar to what the previous highlight, except the ball is on the left hash as opposed to the right hash. So now we're going to have motion, and that is James Bradbury. Adoree Jackson. This looks like it's Aaron Robinson. And here goes McKinney, lined up roughly about how many yards? 5, 10, 15, about 17 and a half yards off the ball, which gives him the opportunity to definitely see both sides of the field, as well as keep his eye on the quarterback. Now, as we watch, see how he plays right in the middle of the field, we can see coverage, coverage, coverage. Hanky is automatically looking to that to his left, which allowed McKinney to open up and attack and make a play on the ball, which is exactly what he needed to do. Great job of getting there, deflecting the ball. Official says he intercepted, so it's an interception. So as we see, a lot of movement, guys getting into position. Logan Ryan is right here, but let's watch the quarterback and what he does. Instantly looks that way, already predetermined where he was going, which allowed McKinney to the opportunity to make a play on that ball. So that also shows how well McKinney and his range in getting from the middle of the field to the sideline and making plays on the ball. Now, as it closes, it says it will be interesting to see how McKinney continues to develop his game under new defensive coordinator Don Wink Martindale, who has a recent history in Baltimore of bringing out the best in his defensive backs. But make no mistake, McKinney already has every tool you want in a premier safety. Now, I find that very interesting that they're considering him a premier safety. Yes, we as Giants fans, we feel that he is, but in the early stages of his career to already be considered that speaks very highly of his abilities and what he's doing in helping to advance his skill set. Now, I'm confident Martindale and the defensive back coaches will definitely help highlight his abilities and take advantage of that, and hopefully elevate him to the point that he can move into All-Pro and Pro Bowl status. So again, I just saw the article. I found that very interesting, and I wanted to share that with everyone. I'll have the link to the article in there, so you can go ahead and read it yourself. Take a look at what are the other safeties that they're speaking about, even some of the honorable mentions, and some of the names that are there. So I'm pleased to say that McKinney is a New York Giant, and hopefully he'll continue to grow and maybe one day assume the mantle of the best safety the New York Giants has ever had before. Now, I hope you like this show today. If you do, like, subscribe, share on all your social media platforms. Help me grow this channel to be one of the best channels out there. If you have any comments, please definitely, comment on what you feel. If you feel I'm off base, if I'm missing something, what do you feel about Xavier McKinney as a safety? So I definitely appreciate that. Now, again, thank you guys for tuning in today. And, as I always say, with sports, make sure you turn it on and turn it up. Peace.